Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Matlack Messer Stadium on the campus of Earlham College. This is the Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show. Great to have you with us this afternoon. The Quakers coming into this one at 2-10 on the season. They've lost their last three, 1-4 in the HCAC. The Ravens coming in after picking up a win in their last contest, beating Franklin 6-1. They're now 4-8-2 on the year, 1-3-1 in conference play. Today's pretty much a have-to matchup here for both these teams if they want to stay in the race in the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference playoff chase. We'll talk about that coming up in just a few moments. Quakers have got to find a way to score here this afternoon. An offense that has been very, I would say, inconsistent over the last several weeks of this college season. We'll talk about the Quakers and their offensive woes coming up a little bit later here on the Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show. When we do return to look at the Ravens, a big win over Franklin just a couple of days ago. That is coming up next right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you were born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shear.
We check 'em better. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle is fully inspected and reconditioned by ASE and factory-trained technicians. And each Better Buy vehicle comes with a Carfax vehicle history report, so you know you can buy a vehicle with confidence. We back 'em better with a 3-day satisfaction guarantee. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified comes with a 3-day or 300-mile satisfaction guarantee. If you don't like it within that 3 days or 300 miles, just bring it back and we'll exchange it for a vehicle of equal value. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle comes with a 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty. We price them better. We have dedicated individuals searching the entire country for the highest quality, lowest price vehicles for our inventory. In today's competitive market, we're constantly monitoring vehicle values to ensure that we're offering the best prices possible. We guarantee that every Wetzel Better Buy vehicle is the highest quality used car or truck around. Our reconditioning process guarantees that you are getting a vehicle as close to brand new as possible, and our warranties back that up.
At First Bank Richmond, we provide you with an excellent banking experience. Whether it's personal checking, savings, mortgage loans, consumer loans, retail lending, or trust and investments, you can count on First Bank Richmond. First Bank Richmond has been serving the Richmond area since 1887. For more information, give them a call at 962-2581 or go to their website at firstbankrichmond.com.
Kate's Cages is the #1 indoor training facility for baseball and softball in Richmond by far. With top flight instructors, you will learn how to play the game the right way. Everything from pitching, hitting, catching, and fielding. Kate's Cages will also have the opportunity to participate in triple play fall ball, the softball academy, individual and team camps, and individual private workouts. Kate's Cages Baseball and Softball Indoor Training Facility, 1366 Rose City Boulevard. Call 993-2353 for more information.
We're back once again here at Matlack Messer Stadium as we are on the Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show. Beautiful day today, but it is going to be windy, and as you know, if you've been to Matlack Messer Stadium, the wind always seems to be a factor, and right now it is blowing out of the east-northeast. We'll see how that will play into today's matchup here this afternoon. You know, I mentioned the Ravens here in the scouting report. You know, they're 4-8-2 coming in, though they had a huge win over Franklin by a final of 6-1. That was their first conference win. They're now 1-3-1 in the conference. Their numbers, though, offensively are actually pretty good. They're averaging over 2 goals per game, though their shot percentage not very good at only 137. They put up 94 shots on goal this year. Their shot on goal percentage at .443. And when you look at their numbers compared to the Quakers offensively, and we'll talk about Earlham's numbers here in a moment, they will triple the amount of shots on goal this afternoon if the percentages play out the way that they think they will. They're averaging 15.1 shots on goal so far this year, 77 corners. So an offensive team the Quakers will be facing here today. Their defense will have to be very, very sharp here this afternoon. Jacob Pokorski is the guy to watch. 6 goals and 6 assists coming in. An all-around good player today for the Ravens. Wes Ernie's had a good year up to this point, 5 goals and 4 assists. Keep an eye also on Race Williams, 4 goals and 4 assists, and Dan Collins with 5 goals and 1 assist. So they have 4 very good offensive players to watch here this afternoon. Adam Merzlak will start in goal today for the Ravens. He's given up 17 goals so far this year, 60 saves, a save percentage of .779, and a goals against average at 1.53. So the Quakers know that if they can get to him early, they have a chance to win this one here this afternoon. All right, when we come back, we'll talk about the Quakers and what they've done offensively, which, again, over the last couple of weeks, it's been pretty inconsistent. We'll talk about that coming up next on the Farm Beer Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Wish me luck, wish me luck. We've all said it. Thing is, life doesn't run on luck. For most people, it takes careful planning. A lot more than, say, crossing your fingers or toes. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Because as your life changes, your life insurance coverage should do the same. And when it comes to your coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shear.
Our community. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we play. At West End Bank, we're not just in the community, we're a part of the community. And that's why we support over 100 programs for local nonprofits and schools, including our financial literacy program that positively impacts countless students throughout the area. You bank locally, so we give back locally to watch people grow with endless possibilities.
Big Boys Pizza is now open in Richmond, located at 1015 East Main Street, next door to the Civic Theater. The menu has great sandwiches, pasta, salads, and of course, pizza. Come dine in, carry out, or have your food delivered day or night, at home or at the office. Other locations are in Connorsville and Brookville. Bring in a sports ticket after any game and receive 10% off your purchase. Ticket must be dated for the same day as your purchase. Dine in, take out, or delivery, Big Boys Pizza. 765-488-0023.
Today's game being brought to you in part by Best Western Classic of Richmond. When you're visiting the Richmond area, there's one clear choice for the best place to stay. That's the Best Western Classic. They're dedicated to providing you with the best possible travel experience because they operate in an industry built on trust and guest satisfaction. This can only be achieved through communication and experience support. At the Best Western Classic of Richmond, you get the most amenities available, including indoor pool, fitness center, conference space, free buffet breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and, of course, a clean, quiet, comfortable room. Best Western Classic of Richmond, 533 West Eaton Pike. Now, before the break, we talked about Earlham and their inconsistencies offensively. You go back to the Transylvania game here at Matlack Messer Stadium. They won that one by a final 3-1. They come back against Hanover just a couple of days later, got shut out 2-0. Then they play at Bluffton, scored just 1 goal, came back with 2 against Rose-Hulman, but they ended up losing that one as well by a final 3-2. So the Quakers now find themselves on a 3-match losing streak, and it has put them behind the 8 ball a little bit in the conference. They're now 1-4, and you pretty much figure they're going to have to win out in order to at least give themselves a chance to qualify for the HCAC playoffs. They'll come in, only 12 goals coming into this one. They're averaging just about a goal per game. Their shot percentage at 1.71. They've had only 38 shots on goal. You compare that to the Ravens coming in with 94. The shot on goal percentage when they get a chance is actually pretty good at 543, but they're only averaging 5.8 shots per goal and 25 corners. So the offense will have to pick up here today. Jimmy Karamay is the leader, 3 goals and an assist. Drew Fitzgibbon has 3 goals on the year as well. And in goal, Nico Manny, a 2.91 goals against average. Nico will have to have an excellent afternoon here today. A save percentage at only .597. He has 43 saves, and he's given up 29 goals this season. So it's the Quakers and the Ravens in Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference Soccer coming up in just a few moments. Stay right there. We'll get this one underway. This has been the Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Since 1994, Beach Automotive has provided motorists in the Richmond area with comprehensive auto repair services that include car and truck care, alignment, brakes, tires, engine, transmission, and more. You'll be hard-pressed to find the same level of expertise that our auto mechanic specialists provide. For a high-performing vehicle, trust Beach Automotive. To learn more, call 765-966-8181. Beach Automotive, 110 East Main Street, Richmond.
Georgia Direct is your one-stop source for floor coverings and decorating ideas for remodeling a home, office, kitchen, or bathroom. Their showroom offers quality products from Mohawk, Shaw, Armstrong, Craft-Made, and many more. They proudly offer Richmond the best quality and variety of home design solutions at competitive prices. At Georgia Direct, their goal is to deliver an outstanding customer experience from selection through installation. Georgia Direct Carpets and Cabinets, 5200 National Road East, Richmond. After the unexpected, expect us. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance of Fayette, Rush, Union, Decatur, and Shelby counties. Auto, home, life, renters, farm, crop, and business coverage. Coverage you need in a language you know. We take customer satisfaction seriously and don't take a cookie-cutter approach to your coverage. For more information, call 800-723-3276 or go to their website, in.farmbureau.com. Back once again here at Matlack Messer Stadium. Here are today's starting lineups.
Number 8, Reese Williams. Number 9, Derek Thorpe. Number 10, Sean Kane. Number 11, Nick Martin. Number 14, Wes Ernie. Number 15, Michael McManus. Number 17, Daniel Collins. Number 20, Steven Diaz. And now, the final starter, number 26, Drew Sonnenfeld. The head coach for the Ravens is Scott Ridley. And now, the starting lineup for your Earlham College Quakers. First, starting in goal, number 1, Nico Manning. Number 4, Jacob Pearson. Number 6, Paget Gustafson. Number 9, Yuki Adams. Number 11, Jimmy Newman. Number 13, Garrett Shaw. Number 14, Brady Bubb. Number 15, Jeffrey Duyer. Number 20, Hockey Johnson. Number 21, Andrew Strzezuski. And number 22, Drew Fitzgibbon. Leading the way for the Quakers in his fourth season as head coach is Sam Bird. He is assisted by Aaron Gustine.
There you have it, the starting lineups. We will come back in just a couple of moments and get this one underway from Matlack Messer Stadium here on the campus of Earlham College. It is HCAC men's soccer right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Hey, this is Steve, and out of Jiffy Lube the other day, a customer came in and said, Steve, this was my 100th oil change on this car, and you've done them all.
Hi, my name is George Farrell, and I've been coming to Jiffy Lube for over 14 years. I recently just had my 100th oil change. I'd like to thank Steve Funkhauser and his staff for the great service that they've provided me over the years. Thank you to all, and I would recommend anyone to come to Jiffy Lube to get their car serviced.
Jiffy Lube, #1 in customer satisfaction for a reason.
Little Sheba's Restaurant and Zini's Place. Come join us in Richmond at 175 Fort Wayne Avenue or at our newest location in Centerville at 129 East Main Street. Grab one of our gourmet pizzas, a deluxe sandwich, steak or fresh salad, and an ice cold beer or your favorite wine. Featuring live music every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday, plus more in our smoke-free environment. 10% discount with a valid student ID. It's better than being home.
Hello, my name is Kyle Schwarzkopf. I'm the manager of Kyle's National Road Auto, in business in Richmond since 1979. We employ ASE certified technicians, and we have over 80 years of experience. We work on all domestics and most European and Japanese cars. Give us a call at 966-1555. Kyle's National Road Auto Service. My name is Kyle Schwarzkopf, and I approve this message.
Mancino's is family-friendly, serving fresh grinders, pizza, pasta, and salads daily. They serve great food priced for family budgets. And whether it's one of their homemade grinders, salads, or pizza, there's sure to be something for everyone in your family. Our baking process may cost a little more and take more time, but the end result of freshness and flavor make the real difference in all of Mancino's award-winning products. Mancino's of Richmond. Give them a call at 966-1161 or go to their website, mancinosofrichmond.com. New Vision Sports is a training program that focuses on the training and improvement of the serious-minded athlete, including all ages and skill levels. From creating customized workout plans to providing ongoing motivation and support, New Vision strives to help you achieve your training goals. Their trainers use a variety of effective workout plans based on your specific goals. New Vision Sports, 977-5831, or go to their website, newvisionsports.com. That's New Vision Sports with a Z. Well, again, back here at a windy but sunny Matlack Messer Stadium as we're ready to get this one underway here this afternoon. The Ravens will have the opening kick, and they'll be moving from right to left when we get things started here today. And again, a must-win situation, again, for the Quakers. If you're thinking about they will want to qualify for the playoffs, the most wins they could have would be 5 total going into the tournament if they win out. And that would mean they might need some help from some of the other teams around the conference as well. Here's Kira May for the Quakers. Once it's across the midfield line, Quakers will play more of a control style, but they may have to attack quite a bit more here today if they want to get some goals on the board, as that ball will go in and out of the 18 to the far side, and that's where Nico Manny will now pick it up for the Quakers. We mentioned already Nico in goal here today, just under 3 goals per game average, and he will be kicking into the wind. We mentioned that wind will be blowing from the north and the east, and Nico generally has a very good leg from the box area and can put the Quakers in pretty good position, but he knows early on in this first half he'll have to line drive most of his kicks as the Quakers take possession, try to dump it from behind, and there is Race Williams. I want to make sure Williams doesn't get a hold of it, one of the top goal scorers for the Ravens, as that ball will bounce outside the 18. There's Wes Ernie looking back to the middle, and the ball will be kicked high in the air to the top of the 18. And once again, the Ravens will have possession. You're going to hear the gusting of the wind every once in a while as we go here this afternoon. There for the Quakers, Straszewski on the near side. And here's a good look at Pokorski, who now will put this ball high in the air. And for the Quakers, there's Kira May. Got a little shove from behind, and that'll be a foul against the Ravens. That goes against Derek Thorpe. First foul of the afternoon, as now the Quakers back in possession. We will wait for Kira May now to tie his shoe, as Nico Manny will have the free kick. They let Manny generally come out and get the free kick just from this simple standpoint, as he has the best leg on this team and will try to put them in better position, and that ball hangs high in the air just outside the 18 of Anderson as the ball comes now to the near sideline. Kept in play. Good job by Anderson's Race Williams. That ball will find Nico once again, and he'll send it back to the midfield circle in a redirected header there by Sonnefeld, and back to Nico once again inside the 18. Again, we're just underway here this afternoon. We'll check those men's standings coming up here, and there are several games that are being played today in the conference, and all of them have playoff ramifications at some point. For the Quakers, Patrick Gustafsson trying to get that ball in position as the Quakers tried to attack in the mid, but nothing there as the ball will come out of bounds on the near side, and we'll see Jake Pearson, who gets the start today on the throw-in, as he's looking for an opportunity. Here's Kira May. Kirame will be checked several times today, I would imagine, from a double team standpoint for Anderson. They want to make sure that Kirame, who can be very active on offense, get it out of his possession as the ball comes out of bounds again to the near side. There you hear that gusting wind that'll be a factor here today. It's not something that's been consistent so far since we've been here, as this will be Yuki Adams trying to place that ball high in the air. Does so, but to the far side of the goal, and that ball will go back over to the Ravens as it goes out of play. But the wind is gusting here today. That'll be the hugest, maybe biggest factor we're going to see, as the keeper will put it in play. Mrizlak there for the Ravens, and they'll go on the counterattack, a ground attack here to the near sideline. Ball lifted past midfield, intended on the near side to Ernie, Wes Ernie. One of the Raven players, a very, very good player out of Anderson High School. They've got a good boys soccer program at Anderson. Here's Kirame inside the box. He drew the double team, was able to kick it back out front, but no one there except Race Williams for the Ravens. On the run to the near side, Strzezuski there for the Quakers, and now it'll be Pearson trying to go midfield to Gustafson. And here is Race Williams back the other way in the counterattack. Ernie deep in the corner will try to keep it in play, does so. And coming up quickly for the Quakers, good defense by Hockey Johnson once again. Hockey will be active throughout the entire day. Strzezuski looks to the middle, and again the Ravens regain possession. Here's Thorpe. Thorpe able to lift that one high in the air, knocking it down as McManus there for the Ravens, and they'll go on the attack, the ground attack to the far side. Just in front of the Earlham bench, and there for the Quakers to get a takeaway, and we'll see Jeffrey Doyer a lot here today on defense for the Quakers. Gustafson will lift that one high in the air, intended, and the middle attack once again for Kirame. Coming out was Mrizlak, the keeper, to make sure that went no further, as now the Quakers will kick it out of bounds on the near side. Pearson, the last to touch it. Quick throw in here for Anderson, trying to gain an advantage. Here's Ernie once again, near tackle by Hockey Johnson. It goes out of play, and it'll go back over to the Quakers as that ball last touched by the Ravens. So far, neither team able to gain an advantage here in the first half of play, as we'll see Nico Manny again put it in play, and got a little lift on this one as that goes past midfield. Redirected header there by Sean Kane outside the midfield circle. And for the Quakers, Brady Bubb sends that one all the way to the far side and out of play. Now, Brady's played well defensively for the Quakers in the last couple of outings we have had here at Matlack Messer Stadium. And now they'll make the throw-in go deeper than it was. They'll move him back about 3 or 4 yards on that throw-in. Yuki Adams will put it back into play. Gustafson with the left foot, and we'll go back and forth just outside the 18, deep in the corner. And the Quakers trying to gain possession with Fitzgibbon, but it goes out of play, and Fitzgibbon looks like he was the last to touch it there for the Quakers. Nick Martin, a throw-in. Martin out of New Palestine, Indiana. Anderson very good in recruiting around the state of Indiana. In fact, I would venture to say about 75% of their roster out of the state of Indiana. A couple of players from Anderson, as we mentioned, New Palestine. They also come from Western Boone High School, another very good soccer program at Western Boone. As the Ravens have it to the near side, good look at Thorpe. Thorpe, we might have kicked Fitzgibbon. Fitzgibbon came up limping a little bit as that ball goes out of play, as Nick Martin, the last to touch it for the Ravens. We'll have a throw in here once again for the Quakers. That'll be Jake Pearson. Pearson wants to advance this upfield if he can, but that was not a good throw and a turnover as Thorpe was there for the Ravens. And again goes out of bounds. Race Williams being active on the offensive side. And it'll remain in the Quakers' end, and another throw-in. Fitzgibbon with the attempted redirect toward the middle of the field, and the Ravens able to come away with it once again, and they'll go back on the attack. Here's Williams. Williams looking back toward the inside, knocked away by Johnson, and the Quakers will have it in their possession. Ground attack to the near side. Quakers come back, Strzezuski once again, and the ball will be sent to the middle. Here is Fitzgibbon. Fitzgibbon with the right leg strike, and the ball will come to the near side. Doyer is there for the Quakers. He got a grab on Race Williams, and they're going to call a foul. They got him on the second one, not the first grab, but they'll get Doyer on the foul on the second grab of Race Williams. Coming up on the 36-minute mark here in the first half of play. Thorpe will kick it from the spot of the foul, and this will be Race Williams redirecting on the right foot to the inside. That's where Johnson is for the Quakers, and it comes all the way back to midfield. The redirect on the header by Thorpe doesn't go anywhere. Race Williams trying to catch up with it, and finally it'll be Kirame for the Quakers. Back again to Gustafsson to the middle. Yuki Adams, he tried to bring it to the near side. No luck there thanks to Nick Martin. Here come the Ravens inside the 18, and that ball quickly squirts to the end line and will go out of play. And the Ravens will have a corner right here. This will be, I believe, our first corner. Oh, wait a minute. No, they're going to take it away. You can hear the Raven players. They thought that should have been a corner right there. And it will not be the case, so it will be back over to the Quakers. Nico Manny will now put it in play for Earlham. No score here in the first half. Neither team has had a really good look yet at a scoring opportunities. Nico's line drive kick will sail past midfield, redirected by Gustafsson. For the Quakers, fighting for the possession is Kirame, and the ball comes back out again. There's Gustafsson. On his left will be Doyer. Gustafsson tries to work it back to the middle. The strike with the right leg and one bounce into the awaiting arms of Mrizlak, the keeper for Anderson. That would have been a deep shot that time for the Quakers, but nothing this time as it ball high in the air past midfield. Fitzgibbon there for the Quakers. And that ball again sent to the far sideline where the Ravens will have possession. And they will go on the air attack down the left sideline, and it will eventually, well, it did stay in play. Good job, or did it not? Nope, they're going to say it went out of bounds. So the Ravens were the last to touch it on the sideline. And the Quakers again will have the throw-in. Here is Yuki Adams. Doyer is there as well, but the Quakers can't keep the possession as McManus sends it back toward the middle, and that'll be Sean Kane. Kane to the right side. They're still outside the 18, but the Ravens on the ground attack to the right. Ball back toward the middle. That ball struck, but very, very wide as that one goes deep. That is Sean Kane. Now, the Ravens are going to have to remember they're sending those balls high in the air, and that wind is right behind them. They'll have to take something off of their kicks on those long shots deep outside the 18. And here is Nico Manny once again. Manny puts another good leg into this one, even against the wind. Doyer, the header, on the redirect. Going down will be Diaz, and the Quakers will be called for the foul. That was Kirame again on the foul. And now we'll see the Ravens with a kick now to the near side. Here is Race Williams. Back to midfield, a little three-man game to the near side. Williams once again working with his teammate Kane. Kane draws the double team. Able to get it off now to Wes Ernie. Ernie tried to split two Earlham defenders, and it'll be Pearson who will send it deep into Raven territory, which eventually knocked out of bounds by Diaz. And the Quakers having a throw-in. Here's Strzezuski. Now he's going to give it up now to Pearson. Quakers will try to advance it ahead. They very generally don't look behind to try to set it up. They want to get that throw-in to move them toward the 18 if they can. Race Williams almost gets the takeaway. That one lifted high in the air by Fitzgibbon. Stays outside the 18, though, was intended for Doyer. Here's Fitzgibbon. That one struck well, but knocked down as the Ravens able to defend above the 18. Here's Yuki Adams. Gustafsson once again, and Fitzgibbon. And quickly cleared out of there. Good job again by the Ravens to get that ball back into Earlham territory inside the 18. And on the race, that is Williams, the last to touch it. Or will they say the Quakers were the last to touch it? They will say Williams was off his foot. So to go back over to the Quakers as we come up on the 31-minute mark here in the first half. Quakers will be back here on Saturday. Be a doubleheader, 1 and 3:30. Both the men and women will be here. We'll have both contests again right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports. Women also fighting for a playoff spot as well, and they're another team that needs to see their offense get rolling a little bit. Near side throwing once again for Pearson. Gustafson looking back toward the middle. Yuki Adams will dump it from behind, and this will be Brady Bubb. Ground attack to the middle. Once again for the Quakers, Kirame. Kirame fighting for a position as he works that ball up the pitch, and this one struck well, but off to the right, and that one just out of the reach of Mrizlak, and it'll go back over to the Ravens. Deep ball again for the Quakers on the shot. They come up empty, and we will have another goal kick here by Mrizlak here in the first half of play. Still no score between the Ravens and the Quakers here this afternoon. Both teams really have to get a win. We mentioned the updated standings a little bit ago. Hanover's 5-0. They have a one-game lead over Rose. Transy is now 3-1-1. Defiance and Manchester, both those teams are 3-2 coming into today's action. Mount St. Joe is at 2-3. Anderson 1-3-1. And then you have Franklin, Earlham, and Bluffton all at 1-4. So now you see that Earlham has to climb over not just Anderson, but Mount St. Joe and perhaps Defiance and Manchester to get themselves into a playoff position. Foul called against the Ravens. For the Quakers, this will be Garrett Shaw with a nice strike as that ball, again, just outside the 18, redirected 2 or 3 times. Gustafson tried to put it back into play. There's Fitzgibbon again for the Quakers. Doyer with the kick, knocked down and cleared away. Diaz there for the Ravens, just outside the 18 once again. Gustafson with the left foot, but it's going to be wide to the right, picked up on the roll by Mrizlak. And the Quakers, a good opportunity, come up empty this time as they will go back on defense once again. And Mrizlak will put this one high and deep. Quakers able to be there once again with Pearson to the near side. Gustafson will give chase, and now it'll be Kane for the Ravens. Ball back to midfield. Here's Fitzgibbon. Quakers will find Yuki Adams. Adams decides not to attack ahead as he's looking for an opening to the backside. It'll be Brady Bubb will put it in play to midfield, but Doyer unable to control it. Back once again into the Earlham end as it'll go to the far side of the field. Dan Collins with a nice leg and a good ball intended for Race Williams right up the middle on the attack, but it goes a little bit too far for Williams and out of play, and we'll see another goal kick here by the Quakers, Nico Manny. Other games today, it is Defiance at Manchester. Good matchup right in the middle of the standings. Both teams are 3-2 in the conference. You have Bluffton at Mount St. Joe. If Mount St. Joe can get the win there, they will go to the 500 mark. Here are the Quakers on the attack inside the 18 just to the right, but nice takeaway by Diaz as Kirame had a golden opportunity for the Quakers. Strzezuski at the top. Ball cleared to the far side, and that will now lead the attack here for Collins. Here come the Ravens once again. Ground attack on the right sideline. That'll be stopped as it goes out of bounds on the far side. Last touched by the Quakers. And once again, the Ravens with a throw-in. And they'll look to further their attack on the far side, just outside the 18. Ravens trying to put themselves in position. And that's going to be Garrett Shaw on the tackle. And we will have a corner here now for the Ravens. And so this should be the first corner of the afternoon for either one of these two teams. Ravens coming to this one this afternoon from a statistical standpoint, 77 corners, the Quakers only 25. And again, the wind will be coming from the kicker's left. He'll put a little spin on this one, the redirected header, but it goes wide of the 18 and eventually goes out of bounds here to the near side. Good effort again by the Ravens. That may have been Jacob Pokorski, who ended up with a redirected header. And now the official will make sure that Jake Pearson does not get any advantage on the throw-in here on the near side. Ball cleared back to midfield. Once again, Quakers on the ground attack. Fitzgibbon to the near side. It'll be Strzezuski. Andrew, nice cut back to the middle, looking for some help. It'll be Gustafsson. Gustafsson to Yuki Adams, far side of the 18. Yuki trying to get himself in position as he stops and turns back to the middle. Good defense there by McManus. And McManus gave Yuki no breathing room at all as that ball struck, and it will be high and wide as Strzezuski there for the Quakers, unable to bring that one down in scoring position. And another goal kick here by Rizlak. Boy, it's a sunny day today, beautiful day, but that wind really continues to kick up here at Matlack Messer Stadium. You can tell some of the players trying to adjust on how hard they're going to kick that ball and in the direction as they try to keep that in play to the far side. Brady Bubb with a left hand, or should say the left-footed kick here again will be Kirame. And Kirame battling one-on-one against Steve Diaz. That could be a matchup to watch the rest of the day. Ball back near midfield, and it eventually goes out of play. Yuki Adams, the last to touch it there for the Quakers, and we'll have a throw-in now by McManus. Ravens will have control in their end as they go on the ground attack here to the near side. Ball lifted high in the air to Williams. And again, Williams to the middle. It'll be Kane. And once again, Wes Ernie. High in the air to midfield. Ravens will watch this one go out of play. It'll stay with the Ravens. And a quick throw in here to the near side. Ball goes deep in the corner and eventually out of play. And the Ravens will have a throw-in. It'll be Derek Thorpe now for the Ravens. And they're going to say it's going to be a corner, not just a throw-in. For the second time, we'll see a corner here for the Ravens as we've come up on the 24-minute mark here in the first half. Good ball and the redirect, and the goal eventually is going to be scored, or isn't it? I'm going to say Nico Manny may have saved it, or did he? Oh, that's a great save. Looked like that was going to be a goal by Wes Ernie. He was the last one to touch it, and apparently Nico kept that one from going over the goal line. So Nico gets a huge save right there for the Quakers, and that was really close. Again, good kick by Nico. This is Race Williams as he was looking for his teammate Wes Ernie here on the near side. Quakers will make a change as we will see coming into the lineup. Liam Ferguson. Setting down will be Drew Fitzgibbon. Gustafsson there for the Quakers. Back again to Pearson. Kirame giving chase. He and Diaz are going to battle the rest of the way, and Diaz apparently has the assignment of making sure that Kirame doesn't get loose on offense. As the possession back again to the Ravens. Here's Race Williams. Down deep in the corner, this would be Pokorski, and it goes out of bounds here to the near side, and who will have the throw-in? It will be back to the Quakers. Ravens feel they haven't gotten a couple of calls here early in this one. Good attempt there by Liam Ferguson to redirect that one, and here come the Quakers again, but they lose it just past midfield, and Derek Thorpe will put it back into play once again to the far side. Strzezuski once again. Now to be Ferguson looking ahead to Kiermay. Kiermay inside the 18 and coming over to stop that attack was Sonnefeld. And Sonnefeld did a great job getting over there in time. Kiermay may have had a pretty good look. His angle would have been good as well, as the Quakers on the quick throw-in just outside the 18 again. Here is Earlham again continuing to hold on to the possession as Kiermay looking as he turns. Diaz is there. Diaz knocking Kiermay to the pitch and no whistle. And again, Gustafsson with a high, long shot. That'll go over the keeper and out of play as Mrizlak is there again. But, boy, that would have been a heck of a shot by the Quakers. Padge Gustafsson. Clock coming up on the 21-minute mark here in a scoreless first half. So far, both keepers with a clean sheet here in our first half of play as that ball goes out of bounds on the near side. Race Williams unable to come up with it. And a throw-in now to Ferguson. Ferguson battling as they go one-on-one. It eventually goes out of play. Last touched by Martin of Anderson. So here is Jake Pearson again. Kiermay right side, bicycle kick as he looks to the inside to Ferguson. Ball outside the 18 as the Ravens will go on the ground attack the other way. Quakers will have to hustle back on defense. That ball advanced, but not far enough as Brady Bubb is there for the Quakers to stop that attack. And the right leg for the Quakers of Garrett Shaw goes past midfield. And again out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Doyer for the Quakers. He's going to give it up. And they will allow now Garrett Shaw to have a throw-in. Quakers look again to Ferguson. Here's Kiermay. Kiermay once again, the aggressor inside the 18. Kiermay able to stop that ball from getting to the end line. And Doyer strikes this one into the 18. It'll cross and go all the way to the near side and eventually out of play. And unless it was touched by someone from Anderson, which I don't think it is, it's going to be an Anderson throw-in as the Ravens try to put themselves back in position to score here in the first half. Race Williams high in the air, and everyone just watches that one sail out of bounds here on the near side. Ball ricochets back into Earlham's half, and boy, you can just see that ball hanging high in the air. Brady Bubb sent that one trying to at least get some distance on it, but nothing. Is now Ferguson on the ground attack the other way, and Ferguson too hard again with the right leg, and it eventually goes out of bounds. And the Ravens are going to make a change in their lineup. Looks like number 25 is coming in. That's going to be Chase Litsky. He is out of Plain City, Ohio, played his high school soccer at Fairbanks. So Litsky a change here for the Ravens, and coming out of their lineup will be Derek Thorpe. Goal kick now by Mrizlak. A reminder, we have volleyball coming up a little bit later as well, as the Earlham volleyball team also in the chase for a postseason berth. We'll have that action for you tonight beginning at 7 o'clock. They'll take on Hanover. Quakers volleyball team 9-2 at home this season. Very, very good team at the Athletics and Wellness Center. And it will be on the air at around 6:50 tonight. Gustafsson gets away with a push from behind. Williams went down. Williams quickly back up. Looking to his left, that's Pokorski. And an offsides penalty against the Ravens. So the Quakers will get it back once again. This will be a kick here by Nico Manny. And so Nico just outside the 18 will put this one high in the air, and another good kick by Nico, redirected by Liam Ferguson, but awaiting there is Mrizlak. And here come the Ravens back the other way. Litsky to the near side finds Race Williams. Ahead now to Kane. Kane to the left of the 18. Here comes the double team. Quakers don't let him loose. Gustafsson is there. Pearson is there. They get a takeaway. Ball will stay deep in the corner, and we've got a whistle and stoppage of play. That may be against Sean Kane. And the Quakers going to have a kick, or is it going to be Anderson? They're going to say it's going to be Anderson. And now the official is probably going to tell Strzelecki to back up, and he will. So here's a free kick by Kane. Let's see what the Ravens will do. Everyone inside the 18, and a lot of bodies in the box right now, moving from the top. That ball redirected again by the Quakers. And we've got, I believe, a penalty against the Quakers right here. And this is going to be a penalty kick. Chance here for the Ravens now. At 16:26 remaining, and a penalty kick against Earlham. Chance here for the Ravens to get the first goal, and they will. Off a penalty kick. And the Ravens lead it 1-0. Pekorski gets the goal here in the first half with 16:26 coming off the penalty kick. Tough way for the Quakers to fall behind in this one here this afternoon. They actually have been playing very well defensively, but a huge mistake as now the Quakers will have the kick off from midfield and go back on offense once again. Here we go. So the Ravens get the goal at 16, just over 16 minutes remaining here in the first half. Earlham trying to go on the ground attack to the far side. There is Doyer again for Earlham. Unable to keep the possession as the ball battled for as Doyer again. He's working one-on-one in that far side against R.J. McComber. McComber's out of Marion, Indiana. And again, the Quakers have a throw-in, or is it going to be a spot of the foul? It'll be spot of the foul kick here for the Quakers. This will be Garrett Shaw who will put it in play. Shaw will send this one into the Anderson end where they'll kindly return it to the far side and eventually goes out of bounds. That pass, I believe, intended for McComber. And a quick throw in again by the Quakers. It will stay out of play as, again, Earlham trying to get this thing tied up here in the first half of play. There is Garrett Shaw again. This time he'll play it safe on the throw-in. Ball very deep in the corner. And right now, there's nothing the Quakers can do to get it out of there. In fact, the double team against Yuki Adams, he had no room to maneuver. And the ball eventually goes out of play, and we'll see the Ravens again get the possession. Nick Martin will have the throw-in. Martin looking a little frustrated. He was trying to find someone that was going to be open on this throw-in, and there wasn't a whole lot there. Brady Bubb with a right leg, and redirected just outside the 18. McComber now to the near side, and the Ravens try to go on the attack here at midfield. That ball sent ahead, but nobody there. Hockey Johnson for the Quakers. Bubb will turn and kick this one headed toward Gustafson. Stays outside the Quaker 18. Earlham unable to clear that one. Ferguson just barely tips it, and now we'll come to the near side here to Litsky, and Litsky can't hold on to that one either, and another turnover here for Pearson. And we come up on the 14-minute mark. Litsky, a good takeaway from Ferguson. Litsky against Kirame. Kirame wins that battle. Pass behind Ferguson as Gustafson tried to get it ahead. Ferguson goes down, and now the counterattack once again by the Ravens is stopped, and we'll see Strzelecki to the near side. Here's Kirame, very good on one-on-one situations, trying to get it between the legs that time of Diaz, and Diaz able to get a deflection. Back to Kirame. Kirame tried to go to the outside of the 18. It goes out of bounds here on the near side. Another throw in here for Strzelecki. And the Quakers again trying to put themselves in position to get that first goal. Quakers will see Yuki Adams go down on the pitch. He's going to fall way behind the play, but still he's able to get up in time, but not before the Ravens able to get a takeaway. Here's Hockey Johnson. Johnson We'll look ahead to Yuki, who got himself in position. Here's Kirame. Kirame against Diaz again. Kirame goes down, and the ball picked up by Mrizlak, the keeper. And right now, Diaz, a thorn in the side of Kirame, who's played him well defensively all day long. Gustafsson at midfield. Puts it back into the Anderson end, but we'll go back to midfield. And the Ravens on the ground attack to the near side. Collins give and go now to Pekorski. Pekorski trying to get to the outside. Ball is loose. Brady Bubb is there. Pekorski as well. Bubb gives him a little shove. In fact, got him twice. And the ball sent back again near midfield. Here's Martin. Martin with a strike on the right leg. That was a deep shot that time by Martin. With the Quakers able to win the ball that time, and another good job by the Quaker defense to get themselves in position. So now Nico Manny will put it back into play. Redirected off the header by Ferguson. And once again, Gustafsson with the header. Anderson trying to put themselves in position here at midfield. They don't have enough numbers as Pearson finds Strzelecki to the near side. Back again to Gustafsson, who will work it ahead now to Ferguson. Ferguson with the strike. That's going to be ricocheted. In fact, it was partially deflected by the Raven defender, and we see a player go down. That's going to be Liam Ferguson, and a foul called against the Ravens. So the Quakers will have a free kick right here from the spot of the foul. This will be Yuki Adams as we come up on the 11-minute mark now here in the first half. The wall set up with 3, and let's see if Adams can get a little bend on this kick right now and try to tie this thing in one apiece. Now the wall went to 4. Adams with the left foot. There's the spin he was looking for, but it bounces high in the air, brought down by Mrizlak, and the Ravens wasting no time on the counterattack. Good pass out ahead of McCumber. McCumber on the run. McCumber inside the 18. Will pass it into the middle, and the centering pass knocked down as Ernie was there, and it's ricocheted back outside to midfield. And the Quakers, again, unable to get a clean possession that time as Ferguson was there. Kirame there as well. McCumber, once again, very active since he's come into the lineup for the Ravens. Gustafsson with a right leg line drive kick will go out of play. No one there for the Quakers. May have been intended for Liam Ferguson, but Ferguson unable to get to the sideline to make the play, and it'll be Nick Martin with a throw-in. Coming up on 10 minutes here in the first half. Halftime, we'll check out some of the other Earlham athletic events going on, not only today, but the remainder of this week. And always you can follow along live stats of this contest and all the Earlham athletic events and much more on GoEarlham.com. Coming out of the Earlham lineup is Strzelecki. Quakers will now come with Brevin Smith for the first time today. And Earlham trying to work this one again to the far side. That ball goes out of play, and look like there for the Quakers, Kirame. Looks like Earlham may have their first corner of the day. And again, Earlham only coming into this one with 25 corners in the entire season. Yuki Adams will be the one who will put it in play. Again, that wind will be behind him. You can see the flag that is blowing. It is now blowing from the east. So Yuki knows he'll have to take a little bit off this kick, and a good line drive kick. Gustafsson with the right leg in the box. The redirect, Gustafsson. Another redirect by Pearson is no good. And there's yet a third redirect again, and the Quakers come up empty. Here come the Ravens. They waste no time. McCumber. Boy, great speed inside the 18. Centering pass goes just behind Wes Ernie. And that's a great attack that time by the Ravens. Back there the way we go. We've got an offsides. That's going to go against Kirame. So Kirame a little bit ahead of the field as he did not hear the whistle. He and Diaz were getting into it. They're just outside the 18 at the other end. And so we'll bring it back once again and set it up at the spot of the foul. And again, that being the offsides against Kirame. Sonnefeld will put it in play, and will work it to the near side. That is Dan Collins. Nice strike above the 18. Brady Bubb with a redirect header again. Gustafson back to the middle. Here's Yuki Adams. Yuki, good quickness, but he falls down on the turf. There for the Quakers as well, Doyer. And it comes back to the middle once again to Liam Ferguson. But another takeaway by the Ravens. Mark Garcia's now checked in for Anderson. Garcia wears number 3. This one is inside the 18, and we've got a whistle. And that ball, again, will go out of play. By the way, Garcia out of Greenfield, Indiana, played his high school soccer at Cathedral High School. Another change, Reese McDaniel, sophomore from Carmel, Indiana, has now come in for the Ravens. So the Ravens showing their depth here in the first half. Kira May trying to get possession of the ball outside the 18, struck with the left foot, diving. That'll be Mrizlak there for the Ravens. Wasn't struck real well that time by Kira May. And not a good kick here by Mrizlak to the near side. Pearson against Aiden Lutterman, who's now checked in for the Ravens. Lutterman is a freshman out of Zionsville. And we're coming up on the 6-minute mark here in the first half, and a goalie kick here by Nico Manny. Manny always has good distance on his kicks. It can put your offense in very good position, and the Ravens know that. They had several back this time. As the ball goes out of bounds, Jake Pearson was the last to touch, and he was battling against Aiden Lutterman. And now the Ravens again will have a throw in just shy of midfield. Header there by Yuki Adams. Garcia able to send it back to midfield, and there's Collins taken away by Kira May. And it eventually goes out of bounds, and we'll see the Ravens back on the counterattack. Pekorski once again to the middle. Pekorski, top of the 18. Brady Bubb, good job clearing that one again into the Anderson end. And that's where Sonnefeld is now for the Ravens. Garcia right where Kira May is. In fact, it looks like Garcia is going to chase Kira May the entire afternoon. All right, Quakers have a chance again. Brevin Smith will dump it behind. Here's Pearson. Pearson with a right leg strike to Gustafson. Gustafson again bringing it back toward midfield. Nice move to the inside and looking ahead to either Ferguson or Adams. Here is Yuki Adams with the left leg touch in front of the 18. Ferguson goes down, ball cleared out, and Nick Martin there for the Ravens. Brady Bubb again will send this one high in the air. Doyer there for the Quakers, coming over Ferguson as well, and that'll be whistled against the Ravens. Just over 4 minutes now remaining here in the first half. Quakers will have a free kick from the spot of the foul, and it's either going to be Yuki Adams or Garrett Shaw. And the way they're setting it up, either one could take a shot at this one simply because they're both split evenly and away from the ball. There's a 4-man wall set up. And that one's going to be struck hard, and that one ricochets off that wall outside the 18, and then the left foot attempt there by Yuki Adams is unsuccessful, and the Quakers unable to take advantage of the kick, and so we'll go back over again to the Ravens. Ravens, one thing they will do, they get out of there very quick. They want to try to beat Earlham down the pitch if they can, but this time they give it up. Ferguson giving it right back, though. And here comes Nick Martin. Martin on the ground attack will line drive this attempt ahead as he's looking for Lutterman deep in the corner, and it goes out of play. And the Ravens will turn it over with just over 3 minutes remaining in the first half. Gustafson on the ground attack now for the Quakers in his own end. Nothing there. Wisely goes back to Brady Bubb, who sets it up now to Johnson. Johnson toward the middle. That'll be Ferguson. And Ferguson now to Pearson. Here's Adam. They'll take that back Johnson as he turns against the defender, Reese McDaniel. Brady Bubb again. The line drive kick took a couple of hops, and Kirame comes up like he might have hurt his right ankle. He stays behind the play. The Quakers get another takeaway. Here's Yuki Adams to the middle. Ferguson overruns it, and there's Nick Martin again for the Ravens. Pekorski tried to go to the far side. Ravens will keep it, though, and there is Yuki Adams with a header toward the sideline. Doyer is there. Also there, McManus for the Ravens. And again, it will go out of play where we'll have another throw-in. Garrett Shaw there for the Quakers. Doyer goes down. Here's Garcia to the outside. Ravens may have one more chance right here with just over 2 minutes remaining in the first half. But Brady Bubb again redirecting that ball to the outside, now to the middle. Kirame seems to be okay now after he came up lame a moment ago. Now to be Gustafsson. See if Gustafsson can take a long shot. He will not. That pass intended to the middle as he was looking for his teammate Brevin Smith, and Anderson able to clear that one out of bounds here on the near side. 1:45 remaining now in the first half of play. Gustafsson tried to work it back to the middle, drew the double team. The takeaway by McDaniel. McDaniel on the ground attack into the Earlham end. And, boy, I tell you what, McDaniel went down hard. Gustafsson was chasing from behind, and Gustafsson goes down. And he is going to be down for a little bit, it appears. And the Quakers cannot afford to lose Gustafsson. Very good active player on both ends, but especially what he brings to the midfield for the Quakers. And they're going to check him out. While they check him out, we'll take a quick break. 1:23 remaining here in the first half of play on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Quakers down in this one, 1-0.
As an internet service provider, Parallax Systems offers reliable residential high-speed internet service and business service. With a fiber backbone reaching over 150 miles, we have created a multifaceted delivery system. Our dark fiber leasing has proved beneficial to public and private sectors alike. Parallax serves Wayne County and surrounding areas. Parallax Systems, when speed matters, a division of Richmond Power and Light.
At the Reed Orthopedic Center, our physicians and support team devote themselves to helping you return to a healthy and active lifestyle. Our expertise includes shoulder, elbow, foot, ankle, hand, wrist, hip, and knee injuries, as well as pain management and rehabilitation, and school athletic training programs and sports medicine. We are committed to providing you with the best possible orthopedic treatment that we can. To request an appointment at the Reed Orthopedic Center, call 765-935-8905.
For over 30 years, Reynolds Plumbing has been keeping the Richmond-Wayne County area running. Whether on commercial properties, restaurants, or residential, they've done quality plumbing, heating, and air work for thousands of customers. In a small town, a company like theirs cannot stay in business for as long as they have without being very good at what they do. It's not just about quality work, it's about customer service. If that's the kind of experience you want on your next plumbing or HVAC job, then Reynolds Plumbing has you covered. Call Reynolds Plumbing today at 966-0994. Well, the Quakers may be without Padgett Gustafsson for a while. He was helped off the pitch, and that's not good news for the Quakers here this afternoon. As we mentioned before we went to break, they just don't have enough depth to lose a player like Gustafsson, so he may be out for a while. At least the good news is it's right before the half. And so he'll not only get a chance to rest during halftime, but the entire halftime as well. As we are back underway, and it'll be a kick here by Nico Manny. Ball will stay in the Ravens' end as the Quakers trying to go on the attack here on the far side with Liam Ferguson. Quakers work it back toward the middle. And this may be Earlham's last opportunity here to score as that ball struck from a long distance off the right leg. Alex Paubell there for the Quakers, just a freshman out of Talawanda High School, is now checked in for this last minute or so. And here's a goal kick again by Mrizlak, and the Ravens will have to hurry if they want to get into position, though I'm pretty sure at this stage they wouldn't mind just taking that 1-0 lead into the locker room. Here is Johnson. Johnson puts it back toward midfield. Ball still now possessed on the near side as Martin will put it out of play, and another throw in here for Pearson. Quakers don't want to give up anything late here in the last few seconds here of this first half. Ball worked back toward the middle. Turn there by Race Williams. Take that back. That was Pekorski. And this first half is going to come to a close, and the Ravens are going to go into the locker room with a 1-0 lead. Scored off a penalty kick in the first half, and that's where we stand as this first half is behind us. We will come back. We'll run down those first half numbers coming up in just a few moments. We'll also check again the remaining schedule of the men's soccer matchups here this afternoon, and also check out what else is going on in the world of sports coming up in just a few moments. Stay right there. This is Earlham Men's Soccer right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
For the past 35 years, Van Vliet Insurance has built a reputation of bringing a personal touch. That's because at Van Vliet, it's all about you, your needs, your life, and our town. Along with providing quality coverage to individuals, families, and local businesses, we're proud of our community and the opportunity we have to protect your future within it. Van Vliet Insurance, an Erie Insurance representative. Hometown professionals at work for you.
Finding just the right used car can be a daunting task unless you shop at Tony's Car Sales in Richmond. Hi, this is Troy Naragowski. I can guarantee you one thing. Tony's professional staff will help you every step of the way without all that pressure of buying a new car. Hey, I bought my last 2 cars from Tony's, and it has been a great experience every time. Tony's has lots of one-owner cars, SUVs, and trucks ready for you today. Tony's Car Sales, 250 National Road West in Richmond. Mendenhall's True Value in Richmond is your local source for the things you need at home or your business every day. Everything from hardware, tools, carpet cleaner rentals, window and screen repair, lawn and garden supplies, as well as hunting and fishing licenses. It's all in one place at Mendenhall's True Value Hardware, right around the corner at 125 Southwest 5th Street in Richmond. Give them a call for more information at 962-4842. Today's game is being brought to you by Tri-County Awards in Richmond. Customized awards and quality engraving services. When you come to Tri-County Awards, you'll get nothing but the best customer service. We take pride in our prompt service and easy availability. Celebrate success with a gorgeous medal, trophy, or plaque from Tri-County Awards. We've been crafting awards since 1972. Choose from a wide variety of designs and styles. We're a locally owned and family-operated business. Tri-County Awards, 1001 South East Street in Richmond. For over a century, Richmond Power and Light has been providing safe, reliable energy to the citizens and businesses of Richmond and the surrounding area. Through their dedicated and talented employees, they are advancing their tradition of exceptional service through new technology, training, and efficiency in everything they do. Richmond Power and Light provides reliable, low-cost energy and technology services in a customer-focused, environmentally responsible, safety-conscious manner. Richmond Power and Light. Together we make powerful partners. Summit Computer Systems is a full-service computer manufacturing and support company founded in 1997. They partner with businesses and individuals to provide computer systems, hardware service, support, design services, high-speed wireless internet, network design, and more. Summit Computers, 1427 Chester Boulevard in Richmond. Give them a call at 939-2120. Are you looking for the right place to work out? A place where you have several choices and can have fun at the same time? Well, that place is right here in Richmond, Family Fitness Works. Family Fitness Works has spinning, Zumba, kickboxing, core works, kick fit, body pump, body flow, and much, much more. And don't forget, Family Fitness Works also has Richmond's most extensive free weights and Nautilus in the area. Check out their website at familyfitness.com or stop by at 213 North 3rd Street in Richmond.
Hi, this is Steve Funkhauser, and I was talking to someone the other day about how friendly and professional the crew at Jiffy Lube is, and they said, "You are always so upbeat. I'm going to call you Mr. Positive." And so now I am Mr. Positive. And I want you to know how proud I am of you and that you are doing a great job today. And hey, do something nice for somebody. Make somebody smile. Smiles are contagious, you know. I want you to have a great day and the horse you rode in on. Jiffy Lube. Fast, friendly, professional. I'm Mr. Positive, and I approve this message.
We're back here at Matlack Messer Stadium as we're at halftime. 1-0 Anderson again with the penalty kick making the difference in this one. Again, you can follow live stats on GoEarlham.com. And as we read off those first half numbers, Quakers offensively, other than putting the ball in the goal, they've actually outshot Anderson here today. In fact, they are ahead 8-3 in shots, 4-3 on shots on goal. Anderson with 4 saves, Earlham with 2. The Ravens have 2 corners, the Quakers with 1. Each team with 1 offside so far, 5 fouls by Anderson, 2 by the Quakers in the first half. From an individual standpoint, Anderson, Korsky got that goal, 1 shot on goal in the first half. Nick Martin 1 and 1 as well. For the Quakers, Patrick Gustafson, who they lose to injury with just a small amount of time remaining in the first half, and we'll see if he will come back in the second half. 3 shots and 1 shot on goal. Yuki Adams 1 and 1. Kieran May very active, but again it's been Steve Diaz who's kept his eye on Kieran May in the first half. 2 and 1 for Kieran May. Doyer with 1 and 1 in the first half as the Quakers again out shooting the Ravens 8-3. Nico Manny, 3 shots on goal, giving up just 1 and 2 saves. And on the other side, Mrizlak with 4 shots on goal and 4 saves in the first half of play. As I mentioned, you can follow the second half and catch up on the stats on GoEarlham.com. Major League Baseball playoffs, the NBA, a full schedule today. We'll run down what is going on in the Earlham side of things as well. It'll be a busy couple of days here for the Earlham athletic teams. We'll talk about that coming up in just a couple of moments. Your halftime report brought to you by your Richmond area Subways. Each day of the week, you can get a different 6-inch sub with no artificial flavors or colors, only $3.50. Every Wednesday, the turkey breast, Friday, the tuna, and Sunday, the meatball marinara. Treat yourself at Subway, 4 locations in Richmond and Hagerstown. Subway, eat fresh. We'll come back, check out those schedules coming up in a couple of moments right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you were born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
Since 1994, Beach Automotive has provided motorists in the Richmond area with comprehensive auto repair services that include car and truck care, alignment, brakes, tires, engine, transmission, and more. You'll be hard-pressed to find the same level of expertise that our auto mechanic specialists provide. For a high-performing vehicle, trust Beach Automotive. To learn more, call 765-966-8181. Beach Automotive, 110 East Main Street, Richmond.
Big Boys Pizza is now open in Richmond, located at 1015 East Main Street, next door to the Civic Theater. The menu has great sandwiches, pasta, salads, and of course, pizza. Come dine in, carry out, or have your food delivered day or night, at home or at the office. Other locations are in Connorsville and Brookville. Bring in a sports ticket after any game and receive 10% off your purchase. Ticket must be dated for the same day as your purchase. Dine in, take out, or delivery, Big Boys Pizza. 765-488-0023.
got this.
I got this.
I got this.
At Harrington Hogue, we believe your life belongs to you. That's why we work hard to make sure that your insurance coverage is the last thing you have to worry about. So when it comes to keeping you protected,
We got this.
Back once again here at Matlack Messer Stadium on the campus of Earlham College. We're still about 5 minutes away from the remainder of this one here this afternoon. We mentioned the other matchups today in men's soccer, including Defiance at Manchester, Bluffton at Mount St. Joe, Franklin at Rose-Hulman, and Hanover is at Transylvania. We have volleyball coming up a little bit later, as well as the Quakers will welcome Hanover to the Athletics and Wellness Center. Hanover coming in at 11-11 on the season, 1-3 in the conference. Quakers at 16-10. They've now won 9 of 11 at home this year. They're 3-2 in the conference, and again, that is around a 6:50 airtime here on Radio Troy Digital Sports. The football team back in action on the road Saturday. They'll play at Franklin. The golf team on Saturday, the men's golf team, will beat the Anderson Fall Invitational on Saturday. The women's soccer team, they're playing at Anderson this afternoon, and then Saturday they will be home against Franklin. That starts at 1. The men's contest at 3:30. And then the field hockey team, 2 road contests coming up on Saturday and Sunday. They'll be at Oberlin on Saturday, Sunday on the road at Worcester. So that's a look at the Earlham schedule. Again, coming up today throughout the rest of the week. The Major League Baseball playoffs continue tonight in the National League. Milwaukee is at Los Angeles against the Dodgers. That'll start at about 5:05. Boston and Houston will face off later tonight, 8:39 from Houston. NBA season got underway last night with 2 games, a bevy of games coming up tonight as Brooklyn plays at Detroit. The Pacers home tonight against Memphis. That is a 7 o'clock start time. Miami's at Orlando. Milwaukee traveling to Charlotte. New York hosting Atlanta. Cleveland at Toronto. New Orleans on the road at Houston. The Spurs home against Minnesota. Utah at Sacramento. Denver's at the LA Clippers, and Dallas is at Phoenix. In the NHL tonight, St. Louis at Montreal. The Rangers play at Washington. The Bruins on the road at Calgary, and the Islanders play at Anaheim. And in Major League Soccer, 3 matchups tonight. DC is at Toronto FC. Orlando City at SC, or should say Orlando City SC at Seattle, and Vancouver at Sporting KC coming up later tonight. So that's a look at sports going on this Wednesday. We will come back in a couple of moments. We will have the second half between Anderson and Earlham. All the action right here on Radio Troy Digital Sport.
Best One Tire and Service has been committed to our partners since 1948. With more than 250 locations in 26 states, Best One puts over 1 million tires on the road every year. Superior tires, expert service, competitive prices. Best One Tire and Service, where the best costs less.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark with Best One of Richmond. Because Best One is one of Bridgestone's largest retailers, we offer exclusive Bridgestone savings. Visit us in Richmond to save on Bridgestone tires today.
Kate's Cages is the #1 indoor training facility for baseball and softball in Richmond by far. With top flight instructors, you will learn how to play the game the right way. Everything from pitching, hitting, catching, and fielding. Kate's Cages will also have the opportunity to participate in triple play fall ball, the softball academy, individual and team camps, and individual private workouts. Kate's Cages Baseball and Softball Indoor Training Facility, 1366 Rose City Boulevard. Call 993-2353 for more information.
At First Bank Richmond, we provide you with an excellent banking experience. Whether it's personal checking, savings, mortgage loans, consumer loans, retail lending, or trust and investments, you can count on First Bank Richmond. First Bank Richmond has been serving the Richmond area since 1887. For more information, give them a call at 962-2581 or go to their website at firstbankrichmond.com.
As Earlhamites, when we set our minds to do something, we see it through.
Because when we strive to do what's right,
we believe ways will open for us.
It's why we design inclusive playgrounds and innovative transportation solutions.
Why we work to solve water crises and pioneer new technology.
Why we commit to bridging gaps and exploring the unexpected.
It's why we stay curious.
Why we insist on better answers.
Because at Earlham,
we don't see the world as a project. We see it as our purpose.
And we recognize our own potential in making this earth more beautiful,
more just,
and more peaceful for everyone.
Earlham College.
Always moving forward.
We are ready for the second half. Earlham will have the possession to get things underway in our second 45 minutes. Earlham again trailing this one 1-0, but now the Quakers will attack right to left. They'll have that wind behind them here in the second half of play. All the people are ready to go, and we're ready as well. Once both officials are in place, they will blow the whistle, and here we go. All right, let's see what Earlham, what adjustments will be made. They're going to look to go on the attack immediately. Doyer on the run, got inside the box, but Mrizlak is there for the Ravens. And they'll attack the other way. Now he's going to have to adjust the way he's kicking the ball off that goal kick in the second half as well. He's not going to get the same distance he got in the first half of play. Here come the Ravens. Ravens off the attack. Pokorski will work to the outside. He's defended there as the Quakers again will be without Gustafsson starting in the second half for the Quakers. It'll be Alex Polabel, the freshman out of Talawanda, so the Quakers are going to lose a lot of experience here in the second half of play if Gustafsson does not play. There's a strike on the right leg, and that ball goes wide of the 18. Garrett Shaw there for the Quakers. Ball will stay in play deep in the corner, and the Ravens will have a chance here. Ball to the 18 once again. The Ravens trying to set up their second goal of the afternoon. Doyer there to slide and knock that one away. Quakers will have several. In fact, there are a lot of players in the box there. And finally, Kira may be able to get that one out as the Ravens will keep it in the Earlham end. And the Quakers have a man down again, and we will stop the clock. This could be another huge injury for Earlham. It almost looks like that may be Ferguson. And they're going to have to make a change. We think it might be Doyer instead, which it will still be bad news for the Quakers either way. They're going to have a trainer come out and look at him, and it is Doyer, again, who is down. That would take out another good defensive player, and we're hoping, at least at this stage, it wouldn't be anything more than maybe just a tweak on that right ankle. Now, as the right ankle taped, I don't know if he's had issues with that before, but he is still down and finally being helped up. I think he's going to be okay. But they're going to take him to the sidelines, and so the Quakers down yet another player here in the second half. It'll be Ferguson who will come off the bench for the Quakers. But I think Doyer's going to be all right, but he's going to have to come out for just a moment, and he'll get checked out. Unless they say he's going to. In fact, it looks like he's going to go to the sideline and come right back in, so maybe he feels good enough that he can continue to play. And again, the Quakers down without Gustafsson already. And once they get everything settled down on the field, in fact, he's going to come right back in, so he's not going to stay out for very long. And after a brief stoppage of play, here is Nico Manny. He's going to have a lot of good kicks like that here in the second half. Ball into the Anderson end. Here come the Quakers again. Strzelecki to the far side. Doyer, who we just saw go out, stays in the lineup as he battles for the ball all the way to the end line. He along with Sean Kane. And it'll go off of Doyer. And the Ravens will take the possession once again here in the first half. We mentioned the Quakers will be back here on Saturday. That'll be a 3:30 start time. But if they lose today, it'll put them at 1-5 in the conference, and you don't have enough games left. The most you could win would be 4, and there are so many teams in front of you that a possible playoff chase, you need so much help that I don't think it's going to happen. So that's why this game is so big for the Quakers here today. Throwing here, once again, Ernie. Ernie almost had himself a goal early in this contest. I thought the ball might have gotten past the goal line, but Nico Manning able to sneak that one back. And again, later we saw the Ravens come up with a penalty kick for the goal, and that's where we stand right now at 1-0. Quakers work it back into the Anderson end. Here is Kirame. Kirame, you see that is Diaz right behind him, and Diaz really doesn't leave his side and really hasn't the entire match, as Anderson will have a throw-in. I think Diaz's one purpose is to make sure that Kirame does not get away in this one. Race Williams will take that one off of his back as it rolls once again to Nico Manning. And the Quakers will have a goal kick. And now Nico, again, with the wind behind him, he can put a lot of distance in this one. That one sails all the way past midfield, takes one big bounce to the top of the 18, redirected out front. Here's Race Williams once again. Williams will direct this one to the near side. And that's where his teammate McManus is. And every once in a while you see a little bit of dirt start to come up out of this pitch, and I would venture to say it's a little bit dry. We haven't had a ton of rain lately. And I think this field might be a little bit harder than it has been the entire season. Of course, through a season of wear and tear, it may be starting to see a few divots here and there as well, but the players seem to be adjusting pretty well. I think it's a little quicker pitch than what we've had most of the year. Hockey Johnson strikes that one, didn't hit it well. There is Kirame again as the Quakers trying to work this ball into position, but the Ravens able to stop the Quakers on just about every pass they have attempted so far as Ernie races over toward Hockey Johnson. The ball back to the midfield circle, and once again, here's Kirame. And again, it was Diaz right behind him, and that was Diaz to get the possession out of Race Williams. Ravens now will send this one down the right sideline where it eventually will go out of play, and that's where Garrett Shaw will quickly have a throw into Brady Bubb. Seeing if Gustafson is on the bench, and I can't tell. Yep, he's there, but looks like he is out because he's got ice on his right ankle. So they're not going to see Gustafson the rest of the way here this afternoon. Quakers will have to rely on their bench. Here's Fitzgibbon. Fitzgibbon. Doyer there as well, along with Garrett Shaw, but the ball will again sail out of bounds. Last touched by Race Williams of Anderson. Here's Kirame against Diaz. Kirame will have Diaz fall down. Kirame tried to get that ball back to the inside of Fitzgibbon, and the ball again knocked out of play. Ravens wisely put it out of play to reset their defense, and this will give the Quakers a throw-in once again for Garrett Shaw. Diaz all over Kirame. Cleared again to the outside and out of play, so Shaw will have to throw it in a few feet further to the outside. And keep an eye on Kirame as he's going to try to find an opening somewhere, but Steve Diaz just a couple of yards away from him as that ball goes out of bounds deep in the corner. Doyer, maybe a little bit of a shove from behind, and the Quakers now will set things up with another throw-in deep in the corner here by Garrett Shaw. Quakers have moved back and forth here on the near sideline with their throw-ins. Ball inside the 18, redirected by Diaz. And again, the Ravens try to go back on the possession. Doyer again, as that ball will have McManus racing toward it deep in the corner, and I think they're going to get the Ravens.
That gave you guys a PK.
Well, I tell you what, the Anderson crowd that is here, you can hear them right downstairs. They weren't happy with that call. They thought that the same thing was called earlier. That ball off the left foot of Yuki Adams. As again, the Quakers unable to take advantage. Here come the Ravens. Boy, I tell you what, talk about grabbing the jersey right there is Garrett Shaw grabbing Wes Ernie to make sure he got no further down the pitch. And the official coming up to say something, and we've got a yellow card, I believe, against Garrett Shaw. So that is our first yellow of the afternoon, as that was a blatant grab there by Garrett Shaw. And you can see how the Ravens really want to get ahead of the pack and start their offensive attack as quickly as they can. So now, our first yellow of the day, Kira May to the outside. Here's Kane able to knock that one away, and it'll be Thorpe who will dump it behind, and the Ravens on the ground attack again, as this one is hit once again by Garrett Shaw into the 18, picked up there by Mrizlak. And again, the Ravens will go back on the counterattack. Now, one thing Shaw did, I know he slowed down the ground attack by the Ravens, but right now the Ravens a little bit faster in their ground attack here this afternoon than the Quakers. Here's Kane looking back toward the middle, and that'll be blown dead against Earlham. Another foul against the Quakers, and the Ravens will have a kick from the spot of the foul. Well, without Gustafsson working the middle of the field, the Quakers have a huge disadvantage in quickness because Gustafsson may be as active as anybody in the conference up and down the pitch. There's a redirect off the head of Yuki Adams back to midfield. Ravens want to keep it in the Earlham end as they'll send it back across the midfield circle. And the ball again to the far side. Here comes Earlham on the counterattack. And it will eventually be taken away as the Ravens defense comes up with another takeaway. Earlham is there as well. Back on defense for the Quakers is Johnson. This is Yuki Adams now here to the near side. We'll take a look ahead. Nothing really there. So goes behind now to Garrett Shaw. Ball lifted high in the air into the Raven end. Once again, it'll be Kira May trying to save that one from going out of play. And Kira May diving down on the pitch to try to save it, unable to do so, and it'll go back to the Ravens. That is the value of a Jimmy Kira May, as this guy goes from end to end, though he did get banged up a little bit in the first half. This will be a goal kick, though. The keeper, Mrizlak, letting one of his offensive players put it into play as Mrizlak unable to get any distance on his last couple of kicks. Here's Kirame inside the 18. Kirame will be looking for some help here. He will do so. Here's Doyer to the near side. Doyer, nothing, wisely gives it up to Shaw. Shaw lifting this one to the 18, redirected again outside the 18. Doyer there again for the Quakers against Kane, and finally it'll be Race Williams. Williams has a teammate ahead of him. This is going to be a chase all the way for Ernie deep in the corner. Brady Bubb is there also, a pair of 14s battling, and it goes off Ernie, and the Quakers will have it. Good effort by both Ernie as well as Brady Bubb trying to get that 50-50 ball as it was heading toward the end line. And Nico Manny, once again a goal kick. And again another good kick by Manny as Kirame off the header. Here once again is Doyer for the Quakers, and the Ravens able to stop the Quakers' attack. Williams, he goes down. Adams able to come up with it. Once again, Doyer to the near side. Yuki taken away by Race Williams. Williams will place that ball back to midfield. And an errant pass might have been intended for Pekorski, but nobody is there. And we see a battle for something. Fitzgibbon was there, and Steve Diaz was there, but the ball wasn't there. Those two were fighting over something, and the ball was about 15 yards away from each one of them, so the foul's going to be called against Fitzgibbon. And now the Ravens back on the counterattack. Thorpe will send that one to the sideline. Not a good pass by Thorpe. And again, the Quakers have a throw-in from the spot where the ball goes out. Here's Fitzgibbon. Pearson lifting it high past midfield, and the Ravens will try to bring it now to Williams. Here's Williams. Doyer is there. Williams will just kick this one to the near side. Last touched by Doyer. We'll have a change now for the Ravens. Coming back into their lineup will be R.G. McComber, the freshman out of Marion, Indiana. Race Williams, who's been very active today, will take a seat, though I'm sure he'll be back. That is Nick Martin right there at midfield with the throw-in. McComber got some minutes in the first half to play at midfield. Quakers try to set it up here now to the near side to Kierme. Kierme getting by Diaz. Kierme left of the box, knocks Kierme, take that back, knocks the defender down, Diaz, and they're going to get Kierme on the push and the foul. We have seen some matches here at Matlack Messer Stadium where they really let him play, and today they've been a little more conservative in their calling when it comes to letting some things go, but so far it's been pretty clean match. Quakers, I think, would rather play a little more physical if they can. Here's Yuki Adams with the left foot and the goal. Yuki Adams with the deep ball and ties this one at one apiece.
Number 9, Yuki Adams.
So Yuki, with the long shot and the goal, ties this one at one apiece as he beats Mrizlak to the left, just inside the upright at the 31-15 mark here in this second half of play. For Yuki, his 6th goal of the year. You're going to put the clock at 31-31. So time back on the clock here in the second half of play. But Yuki Adams, the deep shot and the tying goal. So the Quakers right back in this one. Quakers back on the counterattack again right after the kickoff. And the Anderson Ravens trying to get it back to midfield. But there again for the Quakers is Polabel, who again is playing for Gustafsson here in the second half. Quakers continue to outshoot the Ravens, which again has been an unusual characteristic for the Quakers offensively this year, but they're doing it here today, and they finally get the tying goal here in the second half. Ravens have not really mounted a very serious attack against Earlham here in the first, nearly 15 minutes of this second half of play. Is another throw-in once again for the Quakers. The Ravens come up with it. Here's Thorpe looking back toward the middle. On the run was McComber. McComber was trying to beat his defender down the field and almost did so, but again the ball on the far side right in front of the Earlham bench, and a throw in here for the Quakers. Strzelecki. Pierce again to Strzelecki, goes inside the 18, and there for the Ravens is Sonnefeld, who will try to get it up the sideline, and it goes out of play. So the Quakers, another throw-in. Pearson will put it in play for the Quakers. Earlham a chance here in the Anderson half. Here is Yuki Adams all the way to the end line, can't keep it in play, and a turnover for the Quakers just under the 30-minute mark. Well, we haven't seen Mrizlak kick the last couple of goal kicks, as he got very little distance early on. Here's a takeaway by Fitzgibbon. Fitzgibbon was looking for Kierme, and that again will go out of play. Mrizlak able to pick that one up. Mrizlak will do it himself this time. We'll see if he does anything distance-wise. That'll be a shorter kick, but still not bad as it gets into the Earlham end. Doyer on the chase to the near side with McManus. Once again there for the Ravens was McComber, but again a takeaway by Fitzgibbon back to midfield. In the circle, here's Martin. Martin off the left side. Pekorski trying to advance the ball. Good defense by Strzezuski. And that ball again will go out of play. Quakers again another throw in. So Earlham's offense much more aggressive here in the second half than they were in the first half, despite outshooting both the shots and on goal shots in the first half. Quakers trailed it 1-0. But now Brady Bubb, line drive kick, looking ahead. Here comes Kirame. Diaz wants to get it out of there, and Diaz will kick that one off the leg of Kirame, and Diaz has a throw-in. Here's McCumber. McCumber on the double team trying to body Doyer to make sure he doesn't get the ball. It goes out of bounds, and the Ravens will have a throw-in. This will be Sonnefeld. We'll take that back. They're going to call that a foul, so that'll be Sonnefeld on the kick. Quakers playing down again without Gustafsson have tied this one up as that'll go out of bounds. Another throw-in now for the Quakers. Not a good kick there by Sonnefeld. And the Quakers throw into the near side. It'll be Garrett Shaw. Diaz on the backside. Another one that'll go out of play as they do not judge that wind apparently very well. Both their kicks way out of bounds. And the Quakers again another throw-in. They've had several throw-ins here in the second half. Kirame a little hesitation trying to get by Diaz. And then the double team get the ball away from Kirame is the name of the game right now for the Ravens. Collision there between Martin as well as Doyer for the Quakers. Here's Fitzgibbon. Fitzgibbon outside the 18. Hesitates for a moment. It may have cost him. Sonnefeld was on the chase. And if he doesn't hesitate, he may get a look as now Hockey Johnson there for the Quakers. Fitzgibbon back to Johnson. Johnson tips it head to Kirame. Back to Johnson inside the 18 with left foot. Knocked down by Mrizlak. Good effort again. Johnson along with Kirame there for the Quakers. That's a pretty good kick by Mrizlak. Looked like there's nothing wrong with that one. And now here's McComber unable to advance it. And the Quakers come back. Yuki Adams. Adams across midfield. Adams looking to his right. It was intended on that right side, I believe, for Fitzgibbon, but then taken away by the Ravens. Ravens again trying to get another takeaway. Fitzgibbon, he goes down. A Raven player goes down. And they will continue this until they tell us to stop the clock. Looks like both players will be okay. The player that came up was Derek Thorpe. Quakers go back to their bench. Liam Ferguson will come in. Also coming in will be Thompson Vaught for the Quakers. We hear that wind continue to blow here at Matlack Messer Stadium. It seems to be getting a little bit worse as we go along, and that was not a good kick. The Ravens had Sonnefeld on the goal kick that time, and he just promptly sent it out of bounds. The ball will come loose again out near midfield for the Quakers. Yuki Adams. Brady Bubb misses that one as the ball at midfield and still battled for, and the 50-50 ball outside the circle. Polabel there for the Quakers. Here we go inside the 18, but not a good strike. In fact, two efforts there for the Quakers. The first one was off the left side by Thompson Vaught, who just came in, and Earlham almost made this a 2-1 contest. Start to see that sun being a little bit of a factor as well for us that are watching here today as we face the West. Kirame with a takeaway for the Quakers, redirected by Liam Ferguson inside the 18, and going down the keeper, Mrizlak, to take that one away from Thompson Vaught. So once again, he has come in. Speaking of Thompson Vaught, it has played well here in the first 2 minutes he's been in the contest. Race Williams, by the way, back in for Anderson. He got a short break. And so now the Ravens will put it in play on a free kick. They're they're going to go ahead and play this one rather conservatively, and that ball will go out of play. So not a good effort that time by the Ravens. Wasn't executed very well. And we will see a goal kick here by Nico Manny. Well, by far the Quakers have been the aggressor here in the second half. I don't know if it has anything to do with the wind at their back like the Ravens had in the first half, but it seems like it has given them a little bit more energy to go right to left, as there is Kirame. Doyer to the near side, trying to get it back. Kirame with the attempted bicycle kick. He goes down. Kirame has done that a couple of times. Nick Martin was right there, and Kirame may have hurt himself. They're going to stop the clock now. 23:09 remaining here in the second half. But boy, again, we talked about it earlier. You have Gustafsson out. Kirame, though, a little more of an acrobat when it comes to using that bicycle kick. Now he's limping. He's up. That's the good news. Now we'll see how effective he will be, as he is noticeably limping on that left leg. It'll be a goal kick here by Mrizlak, and we are back underway here in the second half. Mrizlak will send that one to the Earlham end. It didn't go very far for the Ravens on their attack. And we have a whistle, and that'll go against the Ravens. Take that back. That's going to go against Yuki Adams instead. So now the Ravens will have the kick from midfield. That is number 9, Derek Thorpe, who will put it in play. Kirame kind of hanging around right there as you see him now come to the near side, and there is Steve Diaz, not very far away from Kirame. Ravens will put that one in the air right toward the keeper, Nico Manny, so no attack that time by the Ravens as we come up on the 22-minute mark here in the second half of play. And once again, Nico Manny, good distance past midfield. Brady Bubb will send it high in the air to the 18 and then redirected by Sonnefeld off the header to the far side. That is Ferguson giving chase. Ferguson running into Pokorski. Pokorski on that far sideline wanted a foul call. No whistle apparently on the foul, or did they? The official is going over and saying something to Derek Thorpe. Quakers tried to get a little bit of an advantage right there as Jake Pearson had moved up about a yard and a half and they moved him back. So apparently the official felt that there was no foul on the play and will continue now with the throw-in as the Quakers with the possession. Anderson quickly hustling back. That'll be Thorpe. And Diaz once again on the defensive side for the Ravens. Diaz will look back at the official, and that ball will go out of bounds. And once again, we'll have an Anderson goal kick right here. Now, Mrizlak has actually done pretty well his last couple of kicks, but I think they're going to let, if that is Sonnefeld, he has not hit it well his last 2 times. Ravens will make a change here in their lineup on that back row as Wes Ernie is in, and they're going to shift Race Williams now to the near side. Sonnefeld with a line drive kick as they'll go to the far sideline. There for the Quakers, Liam Ferguson. Ferguson and kept in bounds by Thompson Vaught, and once again the Quakers try to keep it in the Anderson end, and they will. And it appears that Kirame's okay as he finds Doyer now to the near side. Polabel there for the Quakers. He's been in there for Gustafsson. Has it taken away. The Ravens on the counterattack. The ground attack to Ernie. Ernie looking to his left now to McCumber. Ball is just outside the 18. Johnson goes down. Brady Bubb trying to get it out of there. Yuki Adams will look ahead, and now too long for Kirame. And once again, Diaz on the backside, getting it now to Race Williams. Williams, the double team. He goes down. Take your pick. It'll either be Doyer or Yuki Adams. McManus will now have the kick. Here's we're under the 20-minute mark, tied at 1 apiece. Mentioned the Quakers need a win here today, and really a must-win situation before they think about playing on Saturday. They pick the win here, they at least would get to 2 wins. And then depending on what happens with Mount St. Joe today and Manchester both at home, those are teams right directly in front of them, so they've got to take it one at a time. Kierame at midfield looking to his right to Ferguson. Ferguson defended there by Thorpe as Ferguson off the dribble. Ferguson looks to the inside, hits this one well, but I'm not sure if he was trying to get back to the inside to Kierame. If he was, that ball was struck really hard off the right leg of Ferguson. Looks like the Ravens making another change. They have now brought Tyler Anger in. He is out of Marion. He was a teammate at one point. He, along with R.J. McCumber, that's again a good Marion Giant soccer program, as this ball sails on top of the press box. And the Ravens will have a throw in again. McManus now to Williams. Williams, he'll draw the double team, and it goes out of play. Last touched on the sideline by Garrett Shaw. And Earlham another throw in. If Bluffton loses at Mount St. Joe, I guess from a standpoint, the Quakers would hope that maybe Bluffton would win. Mount St. Joe would go to 2-4. That would help their cause of the teams in front of them. As the Ravens will place this ball on the left side, McCumber tried the redirect, and again, the Quakers, a lot of bodies in the box right now. And again, McCumber and Nico Manny is there for the Quakers. That Hanover-Transy match will take place at Transy tonight. Teams of the top 3 teams. Right now, Earlham's looking at Franklin, Anderson, Mount St. Joe, and then Manchester, Defiance, and Transylvania. Those are the teams in front of them in the conference standings. Again, Diaz will find Williams. Quakers have ball to the near side. Who did they get? I think they ended up getting Fitzgibbon. Doyer went down. Fitzgibbon gets the foul. I think he may have sent Race Williams down on the pitch. And here's Sonnefeld once again. High down the right sideline, and that should be an offsides, and it is against the Ravens. Too far ahead of the pack that time, Wes Ernie. So another goal kick here by Nico Manny. Nico again, a good ball that time as Yuki Adams trying to redirect that one back into the box, and it'll sail all the way once again past midfield, and Nico is there as he awaits this one. Quakers bring it to the near side as Garrett Shaw works it back toward the middle. Polabel is there for the Quakers, and once again it'll be Garrett Shaw intended for Doyer on the near side. So now the Ravens again. Here's Nick Martin. Another change for the Ravens we will see coming into their lineup. It's going to be number 17, I believe, is Dan Collins once again. And a throw in here for Nick Martin. Martin trying to throw that one over the top. I'm not sure who he was intending that ball for, but Yuki Adams gets the takeaway. Here come the Quakers. Physical play on the near side. Thompson Vaught back inside the box. Nice centering pass intended for Fitzgibbon. Here's the long ball, and just over the outstretched arms and across the top of the goal was Paula Bell, the freshman out of Talawanda. And Quakers that close to making this a 2-1 contest here in the second half as we start to get closer to that 14-minute mark. Another goal kick here for the Ravens. This will be Sonnefeld. Sending this one to the near side. Race Williams trying to get advantage there over Jeffrey Doyer as it goes out of bounds. And again, the Quakers will regain the possession. Let's see where they'll attack this. They've had success attacking the middle. Not so much from either side, but everything they've done has been pretty good down the middle. Doyer thought that ball was last touched by the Ravens. The official said it was not, so the Ravens will have it. And they may get Doyer on the foul, and they do, as that ball placed at the spot of the foul. And again, we'll see Sonnefeld. The line drive kick, not a good kick again by Sonnefeld, and the Quakers will have it. That's Ferguson. Fitzgibbon trying to chase that one down. And Diaz will block Fitzgibbon, picked up there by Mrizlak. And Mrizlak to the far side. Boy, what a collision there between Thorpe and Liam Ferguson. And Ferguson hit the turf, and he hit it pretty hard. As you can see, some of the dirt come flying up right in front of the Earlham bench. And we'll have a throw in here that was last touched by Ferguson. And again, the Ravens with a throw-in intended there on the far side. Looked like they were going to get it in position with Wes Ernie, as now the ball comes back to midfield. Good look at Thompson Vaught as he goes to his right. Quakers just outside the 18. That is Fitzgibbon, and sliding to knock that one away is Mrizlak. It wouldn't have been close. Mrizlak making sure, though. Looks like we'll have a corner here, and we will now for Yuki Adams. Only a couple of corners here today for the Quakers as we come up on the 12-minute mark. See where Yuki will place this one. That's a good ball right there, but a nice job in the box. There were all kinds of players there, including Dan Collins, able to get a redirect as the Quakers try to keep it in the Anderson end, and Fitzgibbon all the way deep in the corner. Fitzgibbon back out front again. Here's Yuki Adams. Adams will take a look as he will try to place this one again to the top of the 18, and coming out will be Mrizlak. Doyer was right there, but Mrizlak able to snag that one as he'll put it back into play now for the Ravens. Another poor kick, though, will stay in play. And the Ravens try to advance at the air attack on the far side. Here's a good look at Ernie. Ernie out top of the 18, knocked away. Good defense by Garrett Shaw. And again, the Ravens will keep it in play. They'll work it to the far side. That is Kane. Yuki Adams, nope, that's going to be on defense for the Quakers. The ball redirected out of there. Nice job by Garrett Shaw on the backside of that defense. Ravens got it all the way to the end line. Were able to keep it in play. And the Ravens once again possession. McManus. There's a slide by Doyer. Nice tackle as he will send Williams to the pitch. And now the Quakers on the attack inside the 18 and giving chase, and allowing that one to go out of play will be Diaz. And the Quakers may have another player down, as it looks like they will stop the clock. And let's see who's down now for Earlham. This is 3 or 4 different players the Quakers have had hurt at one time or another. This time it's going to be Garrett Shaw. It was Shaw who did a nice job on the backside of that defense when Nico Manny had gotten himself a little out of position, but Shaw is up. And let's see if they'll keep him in the lineup, if he's going to be good enough to go the rest of this second half. Looks like they may go ahead and make a change here. Shaw is going to come out of the lineup. Quakers may be coming back with, well, Kiermay is going to come back. We know that. Strzezuski is going to come in now for Garrett Shaw. Again, Gustafsson is out. We have seen Kiermay banged up a little bit in this one, and now it is Garrett Shaw. He looks like he is favoring that right leg. And once he gets off the pitch, we'll be ready to go once again as the trainer will come out and meet him just to ask him a few questions and see if they can either get him taped up for the remainder of this one or will he be out for the rest of this contest. We mentioned Gustafsson is done. He had the ice on his ankle earlier today. And so here we go here in the second half. Ravens back on the counterattack. That ball hit well, but still it will go out of play. Nico Manny is there. Nico came outside the box, but we've got a corner now for the Ravens. That'll be Derek Thorpe. The sense of urgency picked up just a little bit right here as the Ravens, everybody's in the box, it seems like on this one. That's a short line drive kick. Stays in the box. Quakers trying to clear it out of there. The right leg and a miss by the Ravens. That was number 11. That was Nick Martin, who had a pretty decent look, but it was to the left of Nico Manny. And to the right as we face the goal here at Matlack Messer Stadium. So now the Quakers will go back on the counterattack as we get later and later here in regulation, tied at 1 apiece. Well, a tie would get the Quakers a point, but they want to get a win here today, get the 2 points. Tie would at least be better than the loss, but boy, you still want to get a victory here at home if you can. Knocked out of bounds on the near side. Good play again by the Quakers. Brady Bubb. Wes Ernie was there for the Ravens. Here's Williams. Williams to the right of the 18. Taps that one to Ernie. It's knocked back out by Brady Bubb, who's playing that backside. Doyer is there as well. Also coming in the chase, Strzezuski now for the Quakers. And Earlham gets a takeaway, sends it back into the Anderson end. And we'll come back to McManus, but no, there's Strzezuski again. Here is Thompson Voigt. Right leg kick, and that's not hit well as he cannot get anything on that kick and picked up easily by Mrizlak. That one will hang in the air where Yuki Adams, the header now to Liam Ferguson. Thompson Voigt again at the midfield circle. And we'll look ahead now to Strzezuski, who goes down on the pitch, and Quakers able to keep it. Olabelle hit the backside that time of Thompson Voigt. The Ravens past midfield, but a takeaway by Yuki Adams. Yuki to the far side. And that is Ferguson, and it goes out of play again, so the Quakers unable to get the attack again as we come up on the 8-minute mark. Ravens will have a goal kick. They're going to let Sonnefeld do it again. Mrizlak has probably been 50-50 in his goal kicks here in the second half with the wind going against him. But Mrizlak sometimes has not had very much success either. Does get it all the way to midfield to Race Williams, who can't keep the possession. And the Quakers will have it themselves. Good job by Polabelle here to the near side. Once again, Strzezuski, and a whistle. And what did they get? An offsides, or is it a foul? Maybe against. They're going to call that against Kirame. So Kirame with the foul, and we'll head quickly the other way as the Ravens try to beat the Quakers back. All out of play, McManus. Nope, they're going to leave that up now to Williams. They're going to have to bring it back. I think where the throw-in is almost right at midfield, and that's about where they'll move Race Williams. Here's Wes Ernie. Ernie, nice job getting between two defenders. Ernie outside the 18 strikes and knocked down by Nico, but then redirected in for the goal. Boy, Nico made a nice save, but right there looked like number 5, Pekorski, to get the goal, and Anderson now leads it 2-1. Boy, you can't fault Nico on that one. He did everything he could, but Pekorski was right there to redirect into the goal, and that's a huge goal for the Ravens. Here late in the second half, and now they can use some clock, and the Quakers are going to have to ramp things up on offense here the rest of the way. Here's Ferguson. Nick Martin there as well for the Ravens. Boy, Nico did a great job diving to get that one, but once he was down and it came loose, right there was Pekorski to score the goal. The Ravens trying to pick up their second win of the season. Here come the Quakers in the attacking third, now knocked away again by Nick Martin. And now that clock is under 6 minutes, and they're going to call that foul against the Ravens. And Sean Kane of Anderson can't believe that call. He is one of the captains for the Ravens. They're going to set up a wall right here. Let's see how many they'll use. There's 5 different Raven players, and this is a golden opportunity here for the Quakers. They're going to make Yuki move back about 1.5 feet. The wall will be a good 13 yards away or so from the point of where the ball is being placed as we come up on the 5-minute mark. Yuki very good with either leg right here. Let's see where the wave will come in from the left. And now the official's going to make sure he marks off the right amount of yardage here, and they're going to move him back about another yard or so. So this gives Yuki a little bit more space right here. Will he try to hit the long ball here? He'll use the left hand. Knocked down. Good job by Mrizlak. That's a great play by the keeper, Mrizlak. And Yuki couldn't have hit that ball any better. He was trying to find that goal in the left, and Mrizlak reaching out to knock it away. So now the Quakers have it in their own end up until Diaz and Kirame shoving each other here at midfield. And Kirame gets called for the foul. Diaz said something to Kirame when he walked by. But Kirame's been watching and having Diaz all over him the entire match here this afternoon. Sonnefeld will have the free kick right here as we come up on the 4-minute mark. Nice ball here by Sonnefeld into the 18, redirected off the head that time of Paulabel. And this one inside the 18, and again the redirect by Wes Ernie just off the mark to the right. And now the Ravens will bring in McComber once again. McComber a little bit faster than Wes Ernie, so this will give the Ravens a little better defense here late in this one. Quakers will have to work quickly. They have stopped the clock. They want 3:50 on the clock now. So we will put it back to 3:50. So we see the resetting, and now we go. Nico able to put that one deep into Anderson territory and picked up off the redirect by Liam Ferguson. And there's Mrizlak, who again made that huge save off the kick by Yuki Adams. And then the Ravens come back and score. Now lead it 2-1, a throw in on the far side. Earlham's going to have to work pretty quick. Diaz deep in the corner against Kirame. And I think they're going to get Kirame right here. Boy, I tell you what, again, give Diaz a lot of credit. He has been a thorn in the side of Kirame all day long, and Kirame has not been able to find a whole lot of shot attempts here today. So a kick from the spot of the foul again for the Ravens, and a good kick this time all the way to midfield. The Quakers still have a chance. That one over the head of McComber, and we go back and forth as a 50-50 ball continues to be available each way. That'll be Williams And then off the right leg of Kane and out of play, and we're down to 2.5 minutes to go. Quakers have to hurry right here. One of their better players getting that ball off the dribble is Gustafsson. He is gone now for the remainder of this one, so Earlham's going to try to find a way to get this in position without one of their top players. Here down the stretch, Paula Bell there at midfield. Puts a right leg into it, redirected by Sonnefeld. 50-50 ball again. Kira May is there. And the ball will be sent back once again into the circle, and the Ravens come away with it. McComber to the near side. Nice move back to the inside as he works it ahead with the right leg. And it caroms back to midfield where Thorpe will again put it in play to the near side. Here's Williams. Will he try to redirect that ball? He will not, as it's taken away there by Doyer. And now the Quakers down to 1.5 minutes. Anderson will be happy here to keep the ball in possession on this side as they'll bring him back again. Doyer will have to have a throw-in, but they got to hurry now. There's a line drive redirected by McComber. There's Kira May again for the Quakers, and Kira may get another foul as an Anderson player goes down. He hasn't there. Now he's going to whistle it stopped. We're going to put it back to 104. That was Diaz who went down. And now the clock will start again. Diaz, by the way, out of Elkhart Memorial High School. And 1 minute remaining. This is going to be really tough now for the Quakers. They've got to advance it all the way down the pitch and try to get it in scoring position, but they have a chance now with a quick throw-in. Can't waste a whole lot of time. Bub with a right leg, not struck well. Here comes Adams to midfield, intended there for Kira May. Kira May to the near side, nobody is there. Thompson Vaught was streaking down the field, and the ball went behind him, and the Ravens in no hurry now to put it in play. Now, they're wanting to throw this toward midfield. They don't want to throw it back, as they want to get it into Earlham's side and make the Quakers work the ball up the pitch. Missed header there by Thompson Vaught. Again, we'll just go back and forth here at midfield, and this is doing Earlham no good.
8, 7,
and you hear the countdown as Earlham unable to get this one in the books here today, and the Ravens pick up a huge win here this afternoon as they knock off the Quakers here at Matlack Messer Stadium on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, the final 2-1. We'll come back and wrap it up in a moment. This has been Earlham Men's Soccer on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Hello, my name is Kyle Schwarzkopf. I'm the manager of Kyle's National Road Auto and business in Richmond since 1979. We employ ASE certified technicians, and we have over 80 years of experience. We work on all domestics and most European and Japanese cars. Give us a call at 966-1555. Kyle's National Road Auto Service. My name is Kyle Schwarzkopf, and I approve this message.
After the unexpected, expect us. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance of Fayette, Rush, Union, Decatur, and Shelby counties. Auto, home, life, renters, farm, crop, and business coverage. Coverage you need in a language you know. We take customer satisfaction seriously and don't take a cookie-cutter approach to your coverage. For more information, call 800-723-3276 or go to their website, in.farmbureau.com. Well, a tough one for the Quakers to lose here this afternoon. A late goal by Anderson, and the Ravens walk away with a 2-1 win. And for the Quakers here this afternoon, they will fall to now 1-5 in conference play, 2-11 overall. For the Ravens, huge win. They're now 2-3-1 in the conference. They're now 5-8-2 overall. And the Quakers back here on Saturday. And again, it was pretty much a must-win here for the Quakers. There's way just too many teams ahead of them. in the conference standings, so they really had to have this one here this afternoon. But Heartbreakers, they lose it by a final of 2-1. We'll be back here again Saturday. It's a doubleheader between the Quakers and Hanover, and we'll have it for you. The women's contest will get underway at 1 o'clock. The men's contest will get underway at 3:30. And again, both games right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports. Final score once again from Matlack Messer Stadium, Anderson 2, Earlham 1. This has been Earlham Men's Soccer on Radio Troy Digital Sports.